Sadly, we've got to start today's show with sad news, as news has come out that Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Ted Lasso actor Tony Head has died at the age of 72. Now, of course, he was Buffy's Watcher in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then kind of had another resurgence in another big TV show, playing the evil X in Ted Lasso. And I mean, they're saying that he passed away as a result of complications of having pneumonia, which kind of came up out of nowhere. So, if you're wondering, oh, why we never even heard he was ill, it sounds like it went pretty quickly. And, it's not often if you're an actor, like less than 1% of actors in the world will have the opportunity to play a character that becomes a part of the pop cultural encyclopedia, right? And Giles in Buffy was definitely that. I mean, again, less than 1% of actors get to ever say that they were able to have that kind of a pivotal role. And everybody knows Buffy. It's even fewer then that get to go on and have another role in another touchstone kind of series. And Ted Lasso, I mean, you can say what you want about the morning show. Morning show is great, by the way, and it's won lots of awards for Apple and a lot of the other shows. But I would contend that it was Ted Lasso that really put Apple TV on the map. Like, they had a number of shows, again, some award-winning shows, some very good shows. But the one that, to me, in my opinion anyway, that really, really broke through was Ted Lasso. And of course, he was it. And in a show, by the way, that basically speaking, there's no villains in the show. Like, it's not about the good guys fighting the bad guys. Ted Lasso is a show about basically good people doing good things. And every once in a while they had an antagonist. And the one continuous antagonist through the series was, of course, Anthony's character as the X. And he gave such depth and a whole texture to that show that, Rob, he wasn't in every episode, obviously. No. But I would contend Ted Lasso isn't what it was if it wasn't for that character. I mean, obviously, he's not the most important piece. Many other pieces were, but he was a very unique piece of that show as really the only true bad guy they ever really had in it. And he was able to have a career in between Buffy and Ted Lasso as well. But again, really sad news to hear about that, because, Rob, when you look back at Buffy, he was the adult,
yes.
Right? He was the adult. He was the stabilizing factor of the show. Narratively speaking, when you needed exposition and you needed, for some reason, somebody knew what was going on, you had him. And he was kind of that stabilizing force of the whole show. So two very different characters in two very different series, but absolutely played the hell out of both of them. And he will be missed. Anyway, Rob, you heard about the passing of Anthony. What are your thoughts today?
Well, I really enjoyed his presence as an actor. And, you bring up Ted Lasso. That scene in Ted Lasso I've seen a million times when they're playing darts in the pub. And Ted Lasso is talking about being curious. And he said, he says, I grew up in a pub playing darts with my father. And you don't know that. And then he smokes him. Ted Lasso smokes him playing darts. And he goes, it's better to be curious. But also, what I remember him for when he was in the Buffy musical episode, Once More with Feeling,
right?
Darren Lynn Bousman, the director who had taken over the mantle of directing the Saw movies, saw him.
I've met Darren.
Yeah, put him in this movie called Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah, I remember Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah, and he's awesome in that. He plays like I want to say he repossesses organs or something, and it was a wacky role. I mean, that if you haven't never seen my friend Spooky Dan, it's like he was the spokesperson of Repo the Genetic Opera. It's wild. He's great in it, but he had a quiet grace to him. And even when he was in Ted Lasso playing a dick, he still had that grace. I don't know if it was just the way he held himself and his voice.
You know what
it was commanding, yet he had quiet authority.
To your point, and I love that you brought that up. because there are often movies or shows where they have a villain that's supposed to be like very hard to resist, extremely charming. But you watch as an audience member and you say, I wouldn't buy into this guy. When he was on Ted Lasso and they show him to clearly be a dick, but then when he's with a character that he's trying to, suave, when he's trying to talk them into his thing, and you're watching, you're like, yeah, he's playing this in such a way that I totally buy. You would be won over by his smoothness. And he was able to do that in the show, switching quickly between being this very charming, smooth, rich dude, and then 5 seconds later in the scene be an absolute prick. And he was able to do that. And we certainly have lost something and someone special. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? When you think of him, what are going to be the show, the role that you think of the most? And as a couple of people of you guys in the live chat has pointed out, it's really been a rough year for people who are Buffy fans because they lost the one cast member a little bit earlier. Then the relaunch of the show got canned. And now this, of course. Whatever you guys think, of course, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.